Howdy everybody, thanks for joining the Mad Squirrel on yet another review. Appreciate you joining me and watching this to make a choice to either learn about the product, see how it works, or find out if it's worth your hard-earned money. So, BUSHBINOC, NightVision. This is just a warranty card, but it's kind of a semi-open box and review combination. A couple things. Your products are going to be your USB-C cable, heavy, and it's got a little length on it. So I would remember that on charging. Remember, the longer the cable, especially in milliamps, like your phones, anything that uses like 1 to 3 milliamps, the longer the cable, a little bit of power loss there, and sometimes it can damage your product. So make sure when you check your manual that you're following those guidelines. Now this is an OEM, this is what you get and is provided. What's really nice about BUSHBINOC, about these NightVision, is there's no limit. You don't obviously want to go way out of power, like 10 milliamps, but 1 milliamp is the minimum. I would do 3 milliamp as your maximum, and that's a lot of the new chargers today, especially with USB-C. And I would remember that you have a thicker, longer cord, so you're going to need that additional power. And how it works, upon underneath here, upon first opening the unit, you have your card. This is obviously a moisture protection rubber grommet here, and it can be a little challenging every once in a while to get open, but then there we go. Obviously it's on there to prevent moisture from getting in if you're outdoors. It's to protect it, and keep that on there. If this breaks off, which sometimes they will, just still keep it, don't lose it, because it does protect these electronic components. You have a switch right here. Once it's off and on, once you go to on, keep it on, because once you have your settings in here, if you turn this master off, you lose everything. You're back to the day you purchased the unit. This here protects the internal battery. You have several internal batteries in here. This is the smaller one that keeps the settings. Right here is your micro SD card. It goes in, goes out right here, and then here is where you will plug in your USB-C to charge. And then you just slap that back in there, and you're good to go. Standard charge, it gives you the standard charge based on how long you use it. Gives you about a week or so to operate. You have about 700 hours on the master, the small battery that keeps your settings. This is obviously your focus. That's underneath there. Here's your power. You hold it for 3 seconds, and then as you can see, you will get, now obviously I'm real close to products here, you will get your objects or what have you. And then of course just holding it down again, it will eventually disappear and go off. Standard, that seems to be a standard menu option. Brightness, your IR intensity is here, which is nice. I did test it. It does work pretty nice. It does put a pull on the battery. So it will lessen the time that you have it. Take photos here. In your menu, you can select if you want, record photos, or if you want video. I'm not real sure offhand of what the video, what the power of the video is. I was trying to, I don't quote me on this. I don't remember what the frame setting or anything like that was. I think it's f1.2, might be 50 millimeter. But I know it's the lens is 32 by 42, and I know you have several, I think it's 7 levels of brightness, which is pretty good. And I think the standard power for this is 5 volt 1 amp, and I think that is, and it works on pretty much all the Windows operating systems. But it's ergonomically comfortable. Once again, though, I don't like the fact that you can't use these like binoculars. You can't put this, it is rubber, but if you put it right up against your forehead, this unfortunately is slapping you in the eyes. And I think they need to work on that and make it so that you can make a solid, like binoculars, where you get the black focal to take out light so that you can enjoy the full screen here instead of having to keep it at a small distance from your head, allowing that gap in here, which changes sometimes depending on where you're at with low light, can change the picture and make you start making adjustments that's unnecessary. So I have to unfortunately give a star loss on that. It is funny at first. The unit will not come on until you turn this master switch on. Once that master switch is on, then you can play this all you want until you turn that master switch on. And then once that master switch is on, you leave it on for good. And then you can power this on. Otherwise, nothing ever happens with it. So remember, when you first get it, make sure, you don't think it's defective, make sure you turn that master switch on. It does look kind of neat, has a little aerodynamic, like rocket ship type of design. I've got a few of these. The IR goes out, I want to say about 25 yards, you start losing intensity. So not too bad. So for me, 4 stars. It's a nice unit, a little bit pricey for I mean, if you're a hunter or whatever, it's nice. You have the standard tripod screw on here to keep it a little bit more steady. If you have a monopod, or if you have maybe an Osmo or something, an Ohio Tech unit, handheld unit, whatever. That is nice that they included that. You do get a strap, a lanyard, and a cleaning cloth. So hope that helps. Thanks for joining the Mad Squirrel. And until we review again, have a great day.
Alright, here's recording 1080p footage. And just showing what it looks like on the daylight setting. Here's the nighttime setting. And now we'll go infrared. And right now the sun's just starting to come up, so it's still dark. So this would be appropriate, I think, nighttime setting. But with the lights, I think that might alter the way it looks. As you can see, it kind of looks better without the lights in the picture. And you can focus. Daytime setting. As you can see, daytime's better for over here. Nighttime. Focus. As you can see, the sun's just starting to come up. Infrared is not good for right now.
This is for focus. I just love this camera. It's so cool. You can adjust the IR and you can take images. You can see the images you've taken, and this button here helps for night vision. Yeah, it's just awesome.